This is an Ion Annapolis bonus podcast.
I'll tell you, the last time I was sitting across a table from Brian Shawcross, it was over a poker table, I believe, and I took your money.
Yes, this is not hard to do, but I'm not a good poker player.
Yeah, well, neither am I. It just sort of luck came my way. I mean, it'll end pretty soon, but today we find ourselves not at a poker table, but we are here at Heritage Baptist Church, to be specific. And today we're talking about the upcoming Super Bowl on February 9th. And before the NFL gets all bent out of shape, we're talking about soup. Has nothing to do with some sports event or something that's going on the 9th, but it's the 19th annual Super Bowl at Heritage Baptist Church, and it benefits the Lighthouse Shelter here in town. You, I understand, have now taken over as the chef du jour. Is there truth to that rumor?
That is the case, and I guess people can reserve judgment until after they taste. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to help out. And the last thing this congregation says every Sunday is serve others. So that's what we're doing.
There you go. Well, you are the general manager of the newly rebranded Chesapeake Bay Sox, formerly known as the Bowie Bay Sox, and you've done an incredible job for 20 plus years there. Are your culinary skills up to par on that?
I've been around a long time. You know, our business, so, you know, we obviously serve lots of big, large catered events. And so I've learned over the years, been blessed to be around some good chefs in my time. And we certainly have a catering department right now that's guiding me through this process as well. So
you got some help.
I got some help. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, because Chef Zachary Pope was the chef that had done it here at Heritage for quite a while. And he's left some pretty big shoes to fill. I understand he's gallivanting across Europe.
Germany, yeah.
What is the Super Bowl, or in the most basic sense?
So this is designed to be an event, obviously, to raise money for a Lighthouse Shelter, and it's open to the general public. It's not just for our church members, but it's open to the general public. And if you don't want to be here, you can certainly donate through heritageloves.com. Just select Super Bowl, but it's obviously a day of gathering together and breaking bread or eating soup and helping out Lighthouse Shelter. And we all know in this community the good that Lighthouse Shelter does.
It is. I mean, we're so fortunate to have the resources that we have in Anne Arundel County and Annapolis, and Lighthouse Shelter is just a shining star of what they do. And I long for the day when they can board up the windows and the doors and say, we're out of business. You know, what Heritage Baptist and what you're doing here on Sunday the 9th is going hopefully a long way to that goal, to eradicating homelessness. The financial goal is $10,000, which is, I would say, is huge, but you guys have contributed over $60,000 since the thing started. So that's not too far of a reach.
And we even did very, very well in COVID year. And we you know, every year that we've done this, including the COVID year, we've done very, very well. And it's a great tribute to the staff and the direction they have this church in.
Well, for those that haven't been to this, and I've been to it several times, and I mean, it's really kind of a fun thing to do later on a Sunday morning, 11:30 to 1:30. You come into the church, plenty of free parking out there. You don't have to worry. There's no apps to park in the garage. They don't scan your license plates or anything like that. You come on in, and it's based on donation. Suggested $10. And I like to say, if you're a Cowboy fan, you got to go over 50. But Pastor Sheldon said, no, we got to allow everybody in. But come in, and you've got your choice of soups, which you're preparing. There's bread, there's salad, and you always meet unique individuals. I mean, they're community tables. And every time I've been here, I've met with somebody that's like, oh, so you're that guy. And I'm like, yeah, oh, yeah. And it's just amazing how you really interact. And yeah, there was somebody that was, there was a comedian at Maryland Hall, Paul Mercurio, who did a program about a month and a half ago. And he said, we really need to know how much more we have in common than what divides us. And this is a really good example of that. You sit down there at a table, somebody you've never seen, never known, never talked, and darn it all, there's a lot in common there.
Yeah, and the thing about the Lighthouse Shelter is this is our community, right? So everybody that's having soup with us and breaking bread with us, they're all part of this community. And that's what makes Lighthouse so special is that this is our people that we're taking care of and we're serving.
Absolutely true. So what is on the menu?
Okay. We got some chili. Now, I've been told not to make it spicy. It's going to be bland chili, so don't worry.
Who are you listening to, man?
Well,
Spice it up, man.
I've been told. We might put a little kick into it. So you'll have a chili, which will be beef based, and you'll have a chicken noodle soup, and then a vegetarian potato cream soup.
Oh, nice. Now, have you practiced on these yet?
Yeah, we've been doing some practicing
At home?
And what's funny is my daughter and I entered our chili recipe, top secret recipe, which has a lot of kick to it. So we're not going to use that. But we entered into a local community chili kickoff and we won. So I think the chili is going to be spot on.
The big hit. This is great because we get the whole church involved, we get the whole family involved. I mean, I am not a parishioner here, but this is always sort of a must thing. As soon as my church lets out, it's like, okay, don't chit chat, let's go. And I'm not the one that says like, let's go to church twice in one day. So, but I love to come down here for this. Again, the Super Bowl is on the 9th of February, same day as that football game a little bit later on in the day.
But you won't miss any football.
No, that's
We're going to get you. Yep. We're going to get you home in time.
They do encourage you to wear the jersey of your favorite team.
And Pastor Scott is a Cowboys fan, and I'm sure he'd like to see that. But I would encourage, growing up in Philadelphia, I would encourage all Eagles fans to come on out and support.
I didn't know you grew up in Philadelphia.
Yeah, so I would encourage all Eagles fans to support.
Well, I'll tell me a little bit about, I'm going to get off topic here, a little bit about the Bay Sox, because Chesapeake Bay Sox changed their name and their logo and everything else. Real quickly, what's new and exciting there?
Well, so we just announced a $50 million project with the Maryland Stadium Authority. This project is going to get our stadium up to Major League Baseball standards and then some. And we've worked really closely with the Baltimore Orioles to develop a player development facility that will be top-notch and among the best in all of minor league baseball. So that's groundbreaking is March 1. It's going to be a full year cycle. We also announced yesterday that we're installing 2 new video boards.
Oh, nice.
And so those will be, enhancing obviously the fan experience. And we're not done. Our ownership is called Attain Sports and Entertainment. And they are really committed to making the experience, the fan experience, and the player experience the best in the nation. And it's exciting to be around it right now.
I'll throw a plug in for what was the Bowie Bay Sox and is now the Chesapeake Bay Sox, but 15 to 20 minutes max from Annapolis. Severna Park might be a half hour, but certainly if you're in Bowie or Upper Marlboro, very, very convenient and great. And I hate the word cheap, but it's inexpensive fun for the night. I mean, you can pick up right near the field seat, for under $15, I think. Family of 4, that's, you're not even going to be able to park in some place, some professional sports things for that. And you guys do a great job. Beers are relatively inexpensive. The food is relatively inexpensive, but the experience is just great. And you get to see incredible talent on the field.
Yeah, and that's been a good thing with the Orioles. Just there has been incredible talent. So, parking's free. It's easy in and out. It's a good night at the ballpark. You don't have to be a hardcore baseball fan because we look at it as this is an entertainment. It's almost a little bit of a mini carnival to get away for the family. That's cheap and expensive and fun.
True. Well, I know it was talking when the Ravens were eliminated out of the playoffs, and everyone's upset, rightfully so, I guess, to a degree. And I'm like, you know what? But I really think Washington and Baltimore are ready to pop. I mean, you've got new ownership sort of all around. They're willing to invest in the team. So I think we're really on the cusp of something in this metropolitan area to see, see some teams. I mean, you're going to see the Orioles, you're going to see the Ravens, you're going to see the Commanders, and you're probably going to see the Nationals all in, in contention, certainly for quite a bit, which is exciting.
It is exciting. And from the Orioles perspective, our new ownership there, you got a pipeline of outstanding talent plus new ownership, and it's a good time to be an Orioles fan, I can tell you that much.
It is. Well, we did get off track there as promised, but guests for the Super Bowl, again, are encouraged to wear their favorite team jersey, and we do hope that it is the Philadelphia Eagles. You mentioned about donating online. You can go to heritageloves.com, and there's a drop-down box there, and you can put for the Super Bowl to donate. If you can't make it, if you don't want to make it, maybe you want to be in bed at 11:30 on a Sunday morning. I was in college at one point, and that was sort of where I wanted to go. And again, 11:30 to 1:30, it's a great way to kick off Super Bowl Sunday, which is the football game, and that does get underway at 6:30 p.m. I think Fox has it this year. And, you know, as I said, I've mentioned a couple times on the podcast and on the website, there is technically no Cowboy fan surcharge. That is not true, but if I were running it, it might be. It might be. Heritage Baptist Church is hosting this, okay? And this is open for the public. You don't have to be Baptist. And it was funny, I looked at Heritage's website, and it said, well, what if I'm not a Baptist? He says, that's perfect. Come on down. It's a place, it's a very welcoming place that is a place for everybody. And they do encourage you or invite you to come see their Sunday service. It starts at 10:30. Goes to about 11:30. So you come down, check out the service, slide on over into the dining hall. I don't know if that's the proper name, and get some of that world famous Brian Shawcross chili.
We'll see. We'll see. And 100% goes to Lighthouse, by the way. All these donations, none of it goes to pay for the food. This is 100% of all donations go to Lighthouse.
That's awesome. And again, it's somewhat of a pay what you can type of a thing. So, I mean, it's a voluntary donation, and the suggestion is about $10 is where you're probably figuring you need to be. And if you can give more, please do that. And again, it's not going into the poker fund. It's going right over to the Lighthouse until we can get them in on the poker game. And then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, Pastor Scott's been to a couple poker games.
Yeah. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And
you probably took his money too.
I did. And I think he got me one time, and I swear it showed up in the collection basket that Sunday, which it probably did. But come on out and donate as much as you can, either in person or online. If you're here in person, again, it's Sunday, February 9th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Heritage Baptist Church. I don't know the specific address, but it is right on Forest Drive, sort of across from, I guess, like Lido Pizza and CVS and, you know, South Cherry Grove Avenue. And you've got plenty of free parking. There's usually a line, but it goes very quickly. I mean, you go in, you get your bowl of soup, you sit down, and you've got the kids of the congregation are all, you know, helping out and helping to clean up, and it's just a really great community event. So that's just absolutely wonderful. And I guess before you wrap it up, I just want to know who's coming out on top on Sunday after the Super Bowl, and we get into the Super Bowl.
Well, I grew up an Eagles fan. So I am pulling very fervently, as what I would argue 99% of America that is sick of Kansas City, as I am. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and say the Eagles are going to pull this one out.
How much?
Okay, we're going to go 32-26.
Okay, close game. Well, I guess we will see. We should check back, I guess, in a couple of weeks on a Monday and see how it goes. I do hope the Birds come out on top, and I hope that Heritage Baptist as well as Lighthouse come out on top. And I will put my money where my mouth is, and I will start. I don't know whether you've had donations yet or not, but I will throw out my first donation. Don't hit me up at the door when I get here, but I'll throw down my gambling money. But I want to thank you so much for what you're doing for the community, Brian, both here at Heritage as well as with the Chesapeake Bay Sox. I'm excited to try your chili. Excited to try your chicken noodle soup, and can't wait for Sunday the 9th.
Well, I appreciate your support over the years, John. It's important that people, you know, you have a conduit, and this is our community. I love this community. We all love this community. So this is why this is important.
EAG!
This has been a bonus podcast from Eye on Annapolis. Please visit us at eyeonannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.